Are you ready? Are you ready to pod it up?
Let's go. Let's have fun. Peatcast it.
This is the Simply Youth Ministry Podcast with Doug Fields,
I think it's going to be a four-shoulder touch.
Matt McGill,
Nothing says loving like a muffin.
Josh Griffin,
The internet is a hotbed of activity.
and Jana Sardi.
Podcast!
The show starts now.
Hey everybody, Doug Fields here with Jana and Josh.
Hello.
And vitamin water.
Yes.
And Josh just said,
Trinity.
don't look into the camera, it'll take your soul.
Right after
Right.
evangelism.
This podcast is maybe a mini cast. I mean,
Yes.
one, it's a mini
Mini.
cast because Big Matt's not here.
Yes.
He's on vacation.
Sorry,
but as
Matt.
I've said the last couple times, I actually kind of enjoy it when Matt's not here because we can actually have decent conversation.
And don't
But
have to edit it.
we are in a different spot here because we were in one of the closets.
Let's be
at
honest,
Saddleback
really,
Church.
we're in like
How did
Because
we
we
get
are in the
all the-
middle
Yeah.
of a student leadership conference.
An action-packed week, a full week.
Yeah, we've got
Yeah.
over 500 teenagers here from all across the country.
That's
Any,
awesome.
any international?
yeah, there is one group. I can't even think of where they're from. though
Canada.
Right now. No, they
Ce-
don't.
Central America.
Maybe.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Haven't even met him.
Really?
Sorry.
Oh, okay. I think we would have said that from stage.
I would agree.
Anyway,
we'll give 'em a vitamin
we are
water.
Well,
in
you're the
between.
MC, aren't you?
Oh, shoot.
We are in between sessions, and we just said it's Thursday. Let's
Yeah.
shoot a short little podcast. We haven't been together.
We
in a long time.
said we have not done very many podcasts in the last few
In the
months.
whole summer, we haven't.
Well,
We've
you know
done
what?
one.
All I've been thinking about is Simply Youth Ministry. Just I need to let you know.
Really?
Here's why.
In a good way?
Well, kind of in a good way. It is. I've been editing curriculum for the new Live curriculum,
Yeah.
and it has been dominating my heart and my mind. But it is so very exciting. And this is not a show on the curriculum,
Yes.
but
But it's awesome.
Chris, who is doing our podcast, is a genius web guy, and he has created this thing. Have you even seen it?
Yeah,
yet?
it's awesome. Live.simplyyouthministry.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Live or live? Come on.
Live.
It's live.
It's
Live. Live. You
live.
could say live, but
It
it's
is
live. It's like
live?
live it up.
Because
We
we
have-
call
we
it
talk-
live all
yeah.
the time.
Well, that's
The Live Bible, the Live curriculum. Maybe it's two different things.
Yeah.
No, that's what
Well, we could
it's
change
the
it.
what?
We
Live.
could change it.
You don't.
Live?
That's just weird marketing. Live.
Okay, we're
You-
going to change it right
Okay.
now.
Pronunciation. Yeah, you can never pick a word that has two different
Live it up.
pronunciations. Yeah.
Well, let's change it.
What if it's live it up?
Why
Well,
is it
anyway-
All right,
up
so
on it?
anyhow, it's awesome.
you
Chris
can-
did a great job on it.
Well, not only that, but here's the thing: when it's all laid out, if you can change points, you can edit them. You can if we
That's
give you
cool.
4 points and you want to only teach 2, it's
Customized.
It's unbelievable.
Well,
I'm very, very pleased about it. And it's rolling out in a couple weeks.
One of
but-
the things that was cool to me is that you can talk to your small group leaders through that interface too. So
Oh,
they
yeah.
can log in. You can have messages for them, download this, try this idea, here's
Yeah.
an idea. I just think that's a great way to communicate with your leaders too.
so different from the days when we used to fax.
Remember that? We drive curriculum
Oh,
to
we drive it to people's house.
yeah.
The whole bit.
to
Absolutely.
their work because they would go straight from work.
Anyway, life is good,
Wow.
Josh. You look so much thinner to me.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's going
I don't know
on?
if you can tell.
Wait a minute, be honest. The other day he was on stage and I said, "Doesn't Josh look good?" And you said, "How many pounds has he lost?" Because I'm not sure I can tell a difference.
I couldn't. Sorry.
Oh, Doug.
Serious.
Well, I knew that you didn't because when I first saw you back from you were gone for a little while, you didn't say a word about it, and everyone here has been like, "Oh my goodness, the clothes are fitting different. You look great," and you didn't say a word. So I was like, "All right,
Boo.
I must,
No.
I must need to go and work a little harder."
I'm sorry. Normally,
No.
I notice stuff
You're
like that.
really in tune to people's weight. So.
Well, I
No.
I actually you were up the other night, and I said to Jana, I said, I know he's lost 30 pounds. I'm just not seeing it.
Well, I didn't lose anything in my calves, which is the most important thing to me.
Yeah,
so
that's
those
true.
are
Which
still just fine.
Doug
But-
showcased in front of
Yeah,
the whole
that was really
conference.
fun.
That
We
was
compared calves.
You
It
have
was
stunning
fantastic.
calves.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Thank you.
But here's the deal. How do you like my line? If I had 300 pounds, I'd have big calves too.
It was awesome, painful, but awesome.
Yeah.
I lost 31 pounds. I weighed 295 the earlier this week, and we did a little weight loss competition.
Yeah, we
Started a
talked
month
about
and a half
this a
ago.
couple
Yeah,
of podcasts ago
Yeah.
because we got into betting.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
A
you're gonna lose
little
some
online
money.
wagering.
Yeah.
But I'm going to lose money because at 31 pounds, I'm in third place out of 4 guys.
And when's it in?
August 1st, so a couple weeks.
Oh, shoot.
So I'm going to have to fast, I
I
think.
have to
for the
wear a
next-
sweatsuit or something.
I know.
Yeah, but
Sauna.
you got to keep from gaining it back.
No, I agree. The whole point is sustainable. So I'm walking, I'm eating right.
Doug worried
Don't say
about
anything, Janet. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Yeah.
No, you're looking really
If
good,
that
though.
isn't the pot calling the kettle black, or whatever it is.
I'm just
Thanks,
too kind to
March
bring it
Fields.
up. I'm too kind to bring it
That's
up.
what I was gonna say.
Hey,
actually,
well, let's talk about some
Yeah.
of the stuff related to student leadership. What are you learning?
Well, we just finished a session on evangelism, and that to me is my sweet spot. I love hearing about evangelism. But one of the things I was thinking about during the session is how the purposes, we haven't talked about this yet, so I hope it's okay. The purposes kind of fight each other. Like evangelism, reaching out to new people, fights fellowship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like they're in competition with each other. And I was thinking about how worship, singing and expressing your worship to God and all those other forms of worship, that's in competition with discipleship, because people would rather express their love for God than study about God. And I thought that was kind of a new thing to me, going, oh, the purposes they always need to be in balance, but they're always at odds with each other.
that's
It's-
funny. We've
it's a
been using
really-
the word balance for many years now, Josh.
No, balance is
Josh
good.
has been reading dieting books.
No, listen. Balance, I understand balance. You need to have all five expressed in your ministry. That's balance. But the fact that they fight each other constantly, that was a new twist on it to me. I mean, I get the idea of having all five and all that stuff, but I like that. So as you were talking about evangelism this morning, I was going, that's what makes fellowship hard, because we're evangelistic. And this morning, as people were singing and we were praying and we were reading God's word, it was an incredible time of expressing worship and celebration to God. But I thought people would rather do that than dig in deep and study God's word and spend time with God in the Bible, because they want to express. So those are at odds too. I don't know. It's just interesting to me.
The whole Christian life is difficult.
It's all balanced.
You know, last night was the first time I gave that message, and I didn't feel like I was on as terms of a communicator, but I love the message of, I went through the book of Matthew from beginning to end, and started in chapter 4, where it talks about, Jesus called them to be disciples, and they left at once and immediately, in the New Living Translation. And then basically then gave 15 examples of how the disciples had failed.
That was awesome.
And we bookended it with, in the book of Acts, when Jesus, their leader is gone, they still were revolutionary and, world changers. So that you've got the bookends. They passionately followed, and they were world changers. But in the midst of that, they failed, they doubted, they betrayed. They were afraid.
They were called the devil. Get thee behind me, Satan. That was a great talk. One of the ones that our students are talking about a lot is the surprised by leadership. Your opening night talk. It kind of surprised them, even though they're here at a student leadership conference. They were almost handpicked to be here and all that. It's still the idea that they are a leader as a freshman would really surprise them. And your story about Moses and God kind of surprising him into leadership, and that one's still getting buzz, and it's been a couple days. So
interesting.
Yeah,
It's been a good conference. It's been solid.
I agree.
I love the energy of the room. I feel like that has been so surprising. The energy of the room just feels like.
Well, you know what I
moving.
like about this, and we did not intend for this podcast to be a promotion of our conference, because it's a year away, and if we were going to do it, we'd wait
Be a
for
little bit more
We'd wait till
strategic
12
about
weeks
it.
out.
But
or something.
we've taken at Saddleback. I've been here 18 years now. We used to take our kids to leadership conferences, and I felt like we would get good John Maxwell type, leadership stuff. Soar like an eagle, fly like a turkey,
Eat a
whatever
shark,
it is.
whatever.
But eat a shark.
Yeah, it's not over. Something like that.
But I
Swim
have also felt that it's difficult to get good leadership training based in the church. Okay, great,
Right.
fly like an eagle, but what does it mean at church? What does that mean in the body of Christ? Not just be a better leader, on your own, but how do we incorporate that into the body? And by us focusing on the purposes, I feel like we've got a little bit of a recipe that now, after doing this for 4 years, we've kind of stumbled onto that, helping also the youth workers who we're trying to teach the biblical purposes, and for that to reflect in their youth ministry, now saying to their kids, hey, you're an instrumental part of this.
Right. Really part of the team. I like that.
Well, we taught yesterday. I thought this was interesting for those of you that are listening and watching who are our friends of Purpose Driven, where whether you call it Purpose Driven or not, but you're committed to evangelism, fellowship, discipleship, ministry, and worship. I taught PDYM 101.
It was so good.
Well, I was so scared, because I thought, I've taught it all over the world to adult leaders, but rarely to students and teenagers. and I was thinking they're going to be bored out of their mind, and I was pleasantly
Yeah,
surprised.
they're eating it up.
I
It
loved
was
the
great.
part where you asked them which purpose they would be passionate about. I loved seeing students respond to that, and that even still it was totally different. Everybody responded, to their own passion. I
Yeah.
just loved
Yeah.
that. It was
I've done that exercise in Brazil and Australia and Germany and the Philippines and Africa and North America, and every time I get the chills because
neat.
what I do is I have them, if they could only pursue one purpose for the rest of their life, like which one they're most excited about. I know you guys know this, but I'm telling our team. If you could only pursue fellowship, discipleship, ministry, worship, or evangelism for the rest of your life, and then I have them stand up, and we look around, and the diversity is unbelievable. I mean,
Yeah.
it is almost, it seems like in the last 5 years, when I do it with adults, there's a little bit more in worship that stand up.
Yeah.
About 10 years ago, when I first started doing it, there was more in discipleship that stood up. But
You almost see the trends in the church
well,
a little
it was
bit
almost
too.
it was very. I mean, yesterday when we did it, there was maybe 10% more that stood up with discipleship, but everything else looked like real
was pretty
balance.
balanced.
Balanced.
Yeah,
That's
very
cool.
balanced.
keyword
cool.
balance.
One of the interesting.
Tip the scale.
One of the things that was interesting to me was the way everyone participates at a conference. And if even as a youth worker here coming to this conference, and this is we go to church here too, but to see the building filled with laughter and singing and even just the attentiveness of students and their note taking, I would imagine it would be hard when anyone attends any conference to go there and not want that experience in their youth ministry.
Yeah.
Because we don't have that what we have here with the core student leaders is unlike our normal weekend services too. I mean, these are the best of the best. They're such bright kids, and they're really wanting to get the most out of this. But I think it could frustrate youth workers thinking that this is how
I thought the same thing.
every weekend is like this. Oh, we always sing like
Yeah.
this.
I
We always
thought that during singing
because
this morning.
it feels so epic. But that's not because of this place or the way it's. These are great
Well,
students
if
who
you
passionately
just,
follow
if
God.
you just hung out with student leaders,
right.
it would be youth ministry would be a piece of cake.
Yeah.
You know.
And that would be how every week would look.
Right.
But we don't hang out with just student leaders. And so I was thinking about, all right, this weekend it's going to be a few student leaders and a bunch of sold out to seeker and in between. And I'm really enjoying this experience for sure. But it's not typical either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And tonight, everybody, all the Saddleback
Yes.
kids are coming over to my house
Yeah,
for the
we're
pool.
sneaking over to the Fields. We're going to do a little pool party. It's going to be fun. You guys, you're welcome to come if you want.
Thank you very
yeah.
much.
Come on over. They in our little announcement they said no two pieces, and everyone looked at me and kind of snickered. And then Josh, our leader, said, and no public nudity. And then everyone looked at me and snickered again. So I don't know why that would be, but just
Is that a
interesting.
new rule? No two pieces.
Yeah, that's funny.
He wanted him to wear a dark T-shirt on top of the two pieces. I don't know, whatever. I think it was for the no public nudity anyhow.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Not that I need it anymore with all these pounds I've been losing in my chest.
Yeah. Well, I noticed
That
now.
you haven't noticed. No, don't even pretend.
Where have you noticed though?
My stomach, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Clothes
Yeah.
fit different.
Totally. Yeah.
I've been working out for 3 weeks now. Haven't lost a pound.
Oh.
Haven't lost a pound. And I've been eating good too.
Oh, that's the worst.
And I read a book called The End of Overeating. And I'm literally, I mean, I
Wait,
have.
for as many youth ministry books that you have as many diet books.
That's true.
Oh, I have.
You
probably
could
more.
rewind this show every 20 shows we have Doug on a different diet.
Oh, I know. And this one, I've been doing so good, and I have not lost a single pound.
Your story though about your first day of really the baseline exercise, throwing up
Yes.
and like convulsing a little, and people that was
Okay,
super
and
Man.
let me tell you one thing that I haven't said to anybody, but I would only tell our youth worker friends.
team.
Good one.
I did yoga to a video.
Yes, Andy Brazelton.
I
Hold
got
me right now. Someone hold me. Doug did yoga.
That
Oh.
is the hardest thing I've ever
Oh
done in my
goodness.
life.
Now wait,
You
was
know
it
what is-
we yoga? That doesn't count.
No, it
We
wasn't
yoga with a balance board.
It was so hard. I was sweating like I thought yoga's like, isn't this a chick thing?
It is, first of all, but continue.
Oh, dude.
It's muscle though, and it's flexibility.
And it's balance.
Well, I have no flexibility. No flexibility. Like if I bend over
That
to
is
touch my
so
toes, I
funny.
get to my knees. I'm serious. I have terrible. That's what the guy that was been working us out.
Wait, so he did it with you? Like-
No. I wouldn't do it with
Oh,
anybody. I
that
wouldn't
would
even put
be-
Kathy in the room. I
Did
did
you
it
have a
in the
yoga
garage.
mat? Do you have a yoga mat?
Well, yeah.
Oh my goodness!
But that's because Kathy has a yoga mat.
Oh,
so
of course.
I used hers, but I'm telling you,
Wow.
it killed me.
There's
It
so many
killed me.
jokes right now, but I
I
can't
know.
say
You
any of
can't-
them.
You know, and I told my son, who's a stud, I said, you can laugh at me if you try it.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. I actually went to yoga on Monday last week, and the gym was filled with football players and cheerleaders. Somebody must have dared them or something in this yoga
Wow.
class. It was
And were they falling
they
all
were
over the
falling all over the place. They were sweating. It was so much harder than they thought it was gonna be.
15 minutes in, I'm sweating so bad. And all you're doing is like you're striking these push-up poses and leaning. And I am so... my
Upward
go-
dog. and-
Oh, yeah.
What?
Oh, Josh.
Let's hit the weight room.
Let's all go
let's
to
lift some
yoga
weights.
together.
No, I
Come
want
on.
to... I want
All right,
you
we're doing a show in the yoga.
Seriously.
You bring your yoga mat. I'm just
Is yours
picturing you
pink?
in this
Mine's
like
pink.
pink yoga mat, teal leotard thing.
No leotards, but I'm telling you, you laugh at it until you got to try it, though.
I don't
When
know.
you lose about 30 more pounds, you,
Okay.
you might fit on my mat.
Okay, we
I
gotta
could
go.
put a
Or do we have
few- is it
anybody on a
time?
live show? Did we do a live show today?
Wow.
Yeah, it's a small group.
Oh, like
Hi,
three
small
of
group.
us?
We are a team. Should we
That's
take
right.
one question? Oh, we have to
don't-
get to that
we
next
have to
session.
go.
No, we got it next
Oh, okay.
session. This
All
was
right.
just like a, hey, we're gonna
Seated
We're
inside
still
of our
alive.
closet
We didn't
and-
die.
next week. Can we do a show next week or a legit
Well,
show?
you're the
I-
one that's like.
I'm here.
You're on vacation. Can
No
we do it
problem.
without you?
I'm going to Comic Con.
Oh, delightful. Comic Con.
I don't know what that is.
That's a geek
Oh.
Fest
Yeah, I didn't know what it was
2010.
either.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome.
thing I'm not
I may
aware
be
You've
doing
never heard of
yoga,
Comic-Con?
but what? Can somebody else do it?
I can walk Riley through.
Okay, so we'll
Yeah.
do a show next week.
All
Can we
right.
do it next week?
I'm in.
Okay.
I got nothing
You're
going on.
around? Like you're not like gallivanting all over?
In Mexico or
Well,
the
I'm
United
going on.
States
I'm
or-
going
Caribbean.
You know, have we even told our team
We
that I'm on a
did,
sabbatical?
kinda.
We did?
I think you said you were taking the last one. You said you were taking.
Oh,
a
yeah,
summer
you're
off.
right.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
right.
doing a 2-month sabbatical.
Doug is on a
With a-
sabbatical.
with a conference in the middle
I
of
was
it.
going to say.
So I'm really doing a 7-week sabbatical instead of an
Well,
8-week
and really
sabbatical.
6 weeks because you probably prepped for a good week. So.
Yeah, well, and I'm editing the Live Live curriculum. Live Live.
Oh, you're not really on
Live
sabbatical.
live.
No,
Live live.
no,
Li-
no.
Live live.
No.
Just before we
Okay,
go,
we gotta go.
one last thing. Visit morethandodgeball.com. It's a great website.
It is. How do you like the new look?
I really like it. I like it. I'm still tweaking it. There's a little,
We're not
little bit
talking
of work
about
to
this.
do.
Come on.
You know what I
And
don't like? I
what?
don't like the discuss.
Oh, should I change that?
I wanted to say comment.
Great.
Because do you really discuss in there?
No, you comment.
Yeah.
You're right. All right. You can
Okay.
change that?
Did you say change that?
Yeah, he can change that.
I know, but
I have to do a session right now.
Just
I
the
know,
way you
let's
said
go.
it. Change that.
we have friends that are waiting
Change
for
it.
us.
Okay.
Bye,
Okay.
team.
Bye.
Bye. See
Morethandodgeball.com.
you next week. Real
Drink
podcast.
vitamin water.
Send your emails to
SYM.
sympodcast@gmail.com. sympodcast@gmail.com.